Hello, everybody. Today we are looking at the gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous autumn colours. I love these colours in autumn. They just make my heart sing, which is weird because I'm not really a kind of a browny orangey kind of a girl. I'm more of a pinky purple kind of a girl, which most of you know by now. So hello, good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time it is. Hello. My name is Pip Todman. I run Queen Pip Cards for all your Stampin' Up needs and the card making know-how membership for all of your learning needs. So I teach new card makers how to go from beginner to confident card maker in 4 easy stages. And we have a fantastic, vibrant, really great membership group and community who love supporting each other and helping you get along through my masterclasses and my teaching. This is my free teaching today. This is available for everybody out there today. So these are my free classes. I run once a week, depending on life, but generally once a week on a Monday, to say hi and to teach you something about card making. And then in my membership we go deep dive into all of the technical foundations and all of the design elements and how to really make your cards sing and really give you great professional looks and just learn all the techniques and all the things that I don't have time to do on a short 1-hour video here live with you today. So hello everybody. Hi, we've got everybody joining us. Hello, we've got Melly, we've got Betty, we've got Sharon, there's Angela, June, Jane, Susan, Marilyn, and Nola. Hello. So we've got people from Australia, we've got people from Canada, we've got people from Italy, we've got people from the UK. We're a completely worldwide global crafting class today, which I love. So if you want to put comments in, you can. If you're in my Facebook groups and you want to have your name shown on screen, then you need to click on the link streamyard.com/Facebook. It should be in the description of the video, and then you can get that sorted, and then I'll know who you are when you place a comment on, because you're in a private group, so people don't know who you are. If you're on YouTube, you're all good to go because it's public and we all know who you are. Oh, Fiona, that's so here we got someone from Southwest Michigan, and I don't know who you are, but hello. Fiona says she might have to drop off because she's got thunder and lightning going on in Adelaide. Ugh, we don't want any of that happening. Stay safe. And we've got somebody here from Belgium. Yay! So delighted to have you here. Hello. Cool. Alrighty. So we've got lots of people on, loads of people coming. Yes, Angela says a very mild UK. It is for autumn. It's not what we're supposed to be having at this time of the year. We're about 5 degrees, I think, above average, but that hasn't stopped me from thinking about the beautiful autumn colors. We've actually had quite a dry summer here. So yeah, dry summer. It's not been massively hot, but it's been quite dry. So we haven't had the rain that we normally get, which means that our trees are not turning these gorgeous colors. They're just not there yet. They may get a little bit more color, but they're not there quite yet. But I still love these colors, and so I thought, why don't we use these colors as inspiration for some cards today? And also, we're going to be using a leaf stamp set. I'm sure loads of you have got leaves in your craft stash, either stamps or die cuts or toppers or things that you've bought which are leaves. So pull out some leaves, and I'm going to be using some gorgeous papers. Which I know if you're in the States, don't hate me, but I don't know if they're still available. But this is all about autumn. This is a gorgeous set. It's got pumpkins in it and really weird things like bookcases and leather sofas, which is a little bit odd, but we're going to go with them. But fantastic autumn colors. So we're going to be using that. And I'm going to be creating for you today a very simple layout that you can use in both portrait and landscape orientations, which means they go that way or they go that way, just in case English is not your first language and you don't understand what I'm saying. But it's a layout that you can use in both vertically and horizontally, and it's just a really classy layout, and it works great both in A4 size cardstock and in letter size cardstock. Okay, so whatever size cardstock you've got, it will work. Okay. Marilyn says no leaf stamps here, but she has access to one. A woman who has. That's good. I love that. Betty says it's 2 degrees centigrade and a little foggy. Ooh, that is a little chilly. That is a little chilly. Hi Trisha, and hi Ros, who's just joined us. Hello, lovely to see you. Smashing. All righty. Oh, I'm sorry, Ros, I did you twice. Okay, so let's get going. I'm going to go hands down so you can see my... hello. I look like I'm in a fog. Yeah, no, it's probably just my laptop. I need a new laptop. I'm a bit fuzzy on my face camera. So that's all it is. Unless is it really foggy for everyone? It's not really foggy for me. Let me give it a clean. Hold on. It's not really foggy. There we go. Is that a little bit better? That's about as good as it gets. Jackie, hello. Gloomy grey, but not in the craft room. No, it's always a bit cheery and bright in the craft room. Okay, so let's go hands down. Then you won't have to worry about whether my face is foggy or not. And we can see what we're going to be looking at. I'll put my lights on. Oops. Come on. There we go. Okay, so we've got some colour. Let's put some cardstock in. It always helps. Gets the lighting right. Okay. So, oh, you're all good. All right, lovely. So here we go. Some lovely colours that I've got here. The other one that I would normally add is a red, like a cherry cobbler. This is Cajun Craze and Copper Clay, both really nice colours. You can see that. But I would normally add as well a cherry cobbler. But in this set of papers, instead of a cherry cobbler, they've added a mauve, a moody mauve. So I didn't add a cherry cobbler because they've also added a pretty peacock, which is a lovely colour, but not one I would normally associate with autumn. But it looks really nice. These are all foiled. These are all gildy foiled. But look, see, they've got pictures on them. They've got leaves. There's the moody mauve that they've added. And it does go really quite nicely with these. We've got some wood designs. We've got more leaves. We've got some of these photography things, like photographed images that are then turned into... I think that's a lovely one, isn't it? That's gorgeous. And then loads of trees. Hey, hi, Louise. And then, as I said, a book. Not really sure about the books. It's a little weird. Unless you saw my... Did you see my Hedwig card? Who here didn't see my Hedwig card? Oh, you got to go and have a look. If you haven't seen it, you need to go and have a look on replay at my last video. You're going to get the link. If you're in my emails, you'll get the link tomorrow for it. But yeah, this one worked really well as a Hedwig card. So if you're a fan of Harry Potter, you can make yourself your own little Hedwig sitting in the library at Hogwarts. So that's on another video. So go watch the one with Alyssa last week. You'll get the link if you're on my email list, and you'll get you'll get the link to that video. Or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll see it on my video lists, on my live lists. So yeah, so these are all lovely papers like this, but they do have a few weird ones, like I said, bookcases and stuff like that. But they do have pumpkins, which are more traditional. The lovely forests, another bookcase. What else have we got here? They've got lots of each design. What's this one? This one's lovely. Look at that. I mean, that just says autumn mornings, doesn't it? It's just gorgeous. So, you know, you could make some beautiful 6x6 paid 6x6 cards, just literally using this. They've also got this leather, which is a little weird, but you know, each to their own. It's a sofa, I think, some kind of settee or chair, maybe one of those armchairs that you find in a library. It's all very bookish, which and autumn leaf-ish. But anyway, those are the designs. Oh, got a couple of leaves there spare. So those are the designs on the papers, and these are the colours that we've got. And the layout that I'm doing is very simple. I've got two formats of it. So I've chopped up some papers and I've just chopped them to be the first layer of a card. Okay, so these are your first layers. Okay, you're going to go straight onto your card bases. Now I'm going to start matching up card bases. So I quite like the orangey of a pumpkin pie with that one. I think that one makes that one zing quite nicely. Or you could go pumpkin pie with pumpkins. Well, actually, that looks better. Okay, so this is how I work. This is how I roll. I get a few card bases that I like. And I go, will that one go with that? That one will go quite nicely with that, I feel. And then what about this one? What's this one going to go with? Could go quite nicely with an early espresso. So this is how I sort of work out what my card bases are going to be like. Okay. And then we've got some more, so we'll do some more in a minute. And then obviously we have to score them in half. So make sure that you score them in half. Some people just fold them over, but I find if I score it, I get a better line. And it's definitely more straight than if I fold it in half myself sometimes. Most of the time I can get it okay, but sometimes I'm a bit off. So we score it and we fold it in half like so. And then we do the all-important burnishing. And people go, what is burnishing? So burnishing, she says, I can get them straight. Yeah, there we go. Burnishing is where you take your bone folder, called as such because it used to be made of bone. In fact, some of these still are made of bone. They're the only thing in the Stampin' Up catalogue that isn't named as vegan, which I find it says it's not vegan. It might be vegetarian, but it's not vegan. I don't know whether it's bone or not. But anyway, so that's how you get a good crease. Can you see the difference between me just creasing it on my own and then after I've done it with the bone folder? This one pops up. This one lies flat. So that's really the benefit of using a bone folder, because you get that lovely creased look. Okay. Hi Sonia. Oh, Louise is chatting away with us while she's prepping her lunch. That's always a good plan. Yeah, I always get an early lunch on a Monday. I eat at half 11, 11:45, something like that. So I'm ready to go. Okay, so they're now all prepped like so. And now I'm going to show you the next piece, which is very easy. So the next piece is we're going to take a piece of cardstock and we're going to align it to our card layer. Okay, I've got a few of these. So I've already cut these. Now, can you see this one's slightly bigger? No, you can't because I'm too high. This one's slightly bigger than this one. It's only half a centimetre difference. But for this one, I wanted to see more of that gorgeous paper in the background. I didn't want it to be hidden quite so much. This one is lovely and it's foiled, but I could get away with just doing that. And then this one, I've taken a yellow to kind of bring out some of the yellow in this. And the pumpkins, really go a bit bright with that. And that one I've done the same size as this one, so it's got a border around it. Okay, and they're really simple. And I had them written down. What have I done with them? Here we go. So I'm going to read them out to you so that you can. Oh, Rosie's ironing. Hi, Rosie. She's ironing. That's a good plan. Okay, so. Wait while that starts up. My notebook's gone off. So then once you've done that, the next thing is to then get some papers that then match with those. All righty. So I have pulled out a few of these. And I want to put that one, I think, on there. This one looks like a woolly jumper, which I find is quite interesting. This one's like an armchair. And then this one I've gone green. I wanted to go really like zingy colours on this one. So I've done the green on that. But I'm not sure about the armchair. So I've also got the copper. But then that's, I think, a little bit too much copper. So I think we're going to go with the armchair. And then we'll decorate it to make it look a little bit more. It's like they've gone for a walk in the forest and they come back to have a bit of a sit down. Okay, so the measurements, let's just do this because I wrote them down so I could tell you. Okay, so if you're on metric card, so if you're on an A4 size card, this one, the bigger one, 12.5 by 8. That's your big size. And on this one, it's 12 by 7.5. Then you just go down half a centimetre. If you're in letter size cardstock, so if you're working in North America, 4.25 by 3. Or 4 by 2 3/4, and then again you just go down. So again, really simple measurements, very easy to remember. And then we get to then decorate them. So I'm going to start with this one. because this is the weirdest one, I think. Sometimes you get papers in a pack and you're like, what am I going to do with that? So on the other side, it's quite pretty, peacocky and foiled and stuff. I have actually discovered that despite the foiling, you can use this. It doesn't seem to be, it is safe. It doesn't seem to wrinkle it, which is good, because most foil paper I don't use wet glue on, but this one we can. So that's that one on there. Then this one on here. And then I think I just want to do something simple, some simple words about maybe sitting, chilling out, chatting, reading, you know, those kind of things. You've had a walk in the forest, or maybe that you're just sitting and reflecting on life. That could be a good one. So this one I'm putting flat because we're going to be adding some elements to it. But the colours are just gorgeous. And you can then use any single one of those colours that's in that autumnal picture at the back. So we can, don't move. It does give you wiggle room, but not squishy room. Come on. There we go. So we can now choose whatever colours we want. So I pulled out Mossy Meadow, Crushed Curry, and Copper Clay because I love those colours. I think they're just really nice. And I might chuck a cherry cobbler actually. Let's throw a cherry cobbler in the mix because I do love a bit of cherry cobbler. Okay, so in our stamp set, which we've got here, it says, autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. I quite like that one. With a grateful heart, I'm thankful. And then it's got little for all you do today and every day to have you as a friend. It's really nice sort of sentiments for friendship cards. But I need another sentiment as well. And I like charming sentiments. I think they're great. They cover pretty much everything. And then, where's the one I normally use? Oh, hang on, I've put it away. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves, ladies, for a bit. Ooh. How could I forget my favourite layering leaves? Because this has so many things. Best wishes for you. Thanks so much. Thinking of you. Hello, etc., etc. I use this one all the time. But there's lots in other things. Like this is a lovely thank you. Everything will be okay. Also a good sentiment. Actually, that might be a really good one for this. Everything will be okay. So I love the leaves that you can stamp on these because they're, well, first of all, they're huge. I mean, look at the size of that one. That would take up half the front of a card. So we've got some smaller ones, but they've got these veins as well, which you can stamp on and stamp with, which is gorgeous. And then they come with these snazzy dies. Now, I'm sure you've all got leaf dies. So if you've got some leaf dies, leaf stamps that you can cut around, grab them now. I love these maple or sycamore leaves, depending on which country you're in. And which tree you're after, because they could be either, I figure. I mean, they're technically, I think they're maples, but we'll gloss over that fact here in the UK because we don't really have very many maples. We have a few maples, but they're not like our standard. But these are almost oak leaves, so these are quite good for us. And look, so you get two of these, which is great, and you get this lovely little, these great little sentiment or label dies, which I think are fab. You even get one for the really tiny words, which is great if you don't want to cut out that small. That's brilliant. Okay, and then we've got some more of these. I'm just getting all of these out. I don't know which ones I'm going to be using. We're going to play with it and see. So let's have a look. Some pumpkin pie. That would go nicely, I think, don't you think? So we're going to just cut out a few leaves. And, you know, we can always stamp the leaves if we wanted to. Oh, I can't find for looking all my stuff. Right, copper clay. Oh, crushed curry. Be nice. I like a bit of crushed curry. What other colours would you think? What other colours would you like to see? I've got a bit of Moody Mauve. What's your favourite autumn colour that you think, oh, that colour reminds me of autumn all the time? Cajun craze. I love that. A green. A green, Angela says. Do you know, I don't have a green. I do have it. I mean, I do have a green, obviously, but just not with me at the moment. Should I get a green? Maybe I should get some Mossy Meadow, should I? Get some Mossy Meadow out. Ange says we should have some Mossy Meadow, so let's have some of that. Now, you can also stamp on some of these if you wanted to, but the actual stamps, these stamps are way too big, so don't try and stamp them on those. But if you've got leaves that you can stamp on, then you could do that. I'm going to just run out a couple of these. And I like the fact we get 2 of everything, because that always makes it easier. So they all work in the little cut and emboss. I'm not sure if the big leaf does. It might do. So, oops. What I'm doing here. Oh, pumpkin pie. Or pumpkin pie. Cajun craze, burnt orange, lovely. Okay, that's cool. So that's nice. I like your faves. So I'm going to see if I can fit any of these on here. Will that fit? Do I need a bigger bit? I need a bigger bit. Typical. There is my pumpkin pie. Okay. Good news is I have bigger offcuts, so that's good. So the good thing is you can do 2 at a time. Whoops. Of the big one. We'll do the middle size one. And we'll do the little one. We'll just run this through a few times and see how many leaves we can get out. Now, I have already cut some leaves out. You'll be glad to know. Oops. I need to turn it around because I can't work it that way. And I've used the distressed oxide papers. Okay. The deep brown copper one is gorgeous. Yeah, the Cajun craze. Lovely, isn't it? So here they come. Oh. Look how delicious they look. Am I good? Ignore the state of my plates because it means that they're tight to the plate. So I need to poke them off. There we go. This is what happens when your plates get a little bit too well used. See all these lines from all the cutting? Yeah, they get a little well used and then you can't get them off the plate easily. So at that point, this is probably when I need a new one. And I have started a new one. I just need to be brave and switch them over because I'm the same as you. It's like, I don't want to start a new plate. I like the plate I've got. Okay, let's do some yellow. Now, I don't think I'm going to get all of these on, but I could get at least one of each, I think. We'll see how we go. It's always good to have a variety of leaves. Oh, I could probably get 2 of those ones on. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Always good to have a variety. Oh, ping. Hannah's asked, what set is that I'm using? It is the Autumn Leaves set from the new catalogue. From the September to December catalogue. So I'm just cutting out some leaves. I'm sorry if this is boring. I'm cutting out some leaves, but if you're just eating lunch or whatever, we can just chat. Any questions about leaves that you want to ask me, or autumn or papers or anything else? If you're coming to Paper Party, I am cutting and prepping that this week. So that will be coming to you shortly, soon. Retreat goers, that'll be packing next week. Just need to get the bags ready to go. It's all go here. Alison was here yesterday. We did more pillow gift designing. It's great fun. Love doing that. I've lost a leaf. Uh-oh. Can anyone see where my leaf has gone? Oh, here it is, right underneath. There we go. And then what else? Memberships. We've got new classes launching on Thursday. Oh, and it's World Card Making Day on Saturday. Don't forget that. Okay, Trisha says, what's the best way to lay them out? Well, pretty much as you hopefully you can see here. Maybe I'll move this over a little bit so you can see a bit better. Just as you can get them on the sheet, really. If you're talking about actually on the cardstock here, if you're talking about on your card, there's a few ways, but I like to do them in clusters. So I will do mine in clusters and have them sort of branching out. Well, I mean, it's called branching out for a reason, right? You have leaves at the end of it. But so that they sort of splay outwards from a central point. But you can also just pop them all over your card and have them like as a scattered bunch of leaves going on. Now you'll see that as you start cutting with them, they do get more in your dies, and that's just normal, so don't panic about that. Okay, I think I've done all of those, so I'm just going to do one more. I'm just going to do this nice Crage and Craze color, and then we're done. And I'm going to show you the ones I've done as well. In the Distress Oxide-y kind of colors papers that we've got. Now, one thing I would say is if you're laying them out on your die cutting machine, make sure that you leave a good gap between each, because sometimes when you move your when you roll your plates through, the pressure can actually move the dies, or you might shake, or they might jump when you put your plates on or whatever. So make sure you leave a gap between them, because the last thing you want is for them to roll, get pushed together, and then for them to actually like overlap, because that's a disaster. Because you bend your dies, you blunt your dies, you don't get good cuts, and you could basically ruin your dies forever, which we don't want, obviously. So just make sure that you leave a good amount of space between your dies. Don't be tempted to be frugal and put them too close together, because I've seen people literally destroy dies in front of them, and they're like, oh no, how do I fix this? And I'm like, you can't. You know, you've mashed your dies together, they've blunted or they've bent out of shape. I mean, you could get some pliers and apply a bit of a furnace to it and see if you can get them melted back in, but really they're pretty much done and dusted, unless you've got some kind of metalworking tools that you can work with. So just be very careful when you put your dies on your plates that they're not too close together. Right, okay, so that was a little bit of a discussion about dies and some boring leaf cutting, so I apologize for that. Right, let's get on to some more exciting stuff. Let's now start putting these cards together. Oh, I've left one behind. Oh, no leaf left behind. Come on. Okay. Off you go. Okay, if I want some Moody Mauve, I'll do some Moody Mauve in a bit, but it's too boring for you to put down. Yeah, I know about the no wastage, Trisha. I agree. You know, I know people are going to look at me and go, oh my goodness, she's just thrown those in her recycling. I could get one more leaf out of that. Yes. There's no way I'm going to get anything out of that. However, I do look at that and go, oh, that could be quite a good, like, you could put that on a card. In fact, I might even do that. You could put that on a card, and you could have that as a layer with like some really funky stuff underneath. And actually that would look quite cool as a card with the things coming out behind. So I might keep that one. These ones, yes, I could probably get 2 tiny little bits out of this and another tiny little bit of that. I have enough card. It's being recycled. So I might keep that bit though, because I quite like the idea of doing that. So we'll see how we go. Obviously, if there's loads left on it, then I keep it. But if it's tiny, then I don't. These are the 2 that I've cut out of this copper distressed oxide papers. Don't they look gorgeous? So you get whole sheets of those, and I just happen to have a couple of them here. So if you're looking for anything snazzy that goes with this, they work really well. Okay, so coming back to here, we need a sentiment, and I think I want something like, Maybe a thinking of you would be good on that one. A thinking of you or autumn teaches us change can be beautiful. That might be nice. That might be nice. So let's do this one. So we could send it to somebody who's going through some changes and they're being a bit reflective and sitting on their sofa and thinking about stuff. And of course you can stamp on the coloured card, so you could make it all more in tone with the actual card itself. But I'm going to bring in some, I might bring in some vanilla, which is not a colour that I normally go with. But I want to see if this is going to work. If this doesn't work, we'll have to go with I might have to do a die cutting. I don't know if this is going to be fat enough to die cut. No, need a bigger bit. Come on. Oh, in all my scraps, you'd think I'd have bigger pieces, but no. All my scraps look like this. I've just got loads of pieces that are like that. So I think I'm going to go for a, just have to pull out a big piece. Ugh, come on. I thought I was really prepared for this today, but obviously I'm not. I do apologise for the, waffling. Okay, let's get a slightly smaller piece because we're going to need to put it through the machine. So I'll just, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to stamp this in cherry cobbler. Nice. Autumn teaches us that change can be beautiful. I do like that. It's a lovely saying, that, isn't it? Because it can. I'm going to have to stand up because I can't actually see straight lines. Is that straight? Oh, that's tricky to tell. Yeah, I think that's straight. Okay. I think that's straight, but it's very tricky to tell at that angle. There we go. Let's cut this one out. It's just a nice saying, and I think it'll go well with this sort of sitting and reflecting. Would make a great man's birthday card, this, with the sofa, don't you think? I think. Okay, here we go. Alrighty. That is a beautiful die cut. Look at the shape on that. I love that. See how it's chopping out the four corners? Very Art Deco, don't you think? Hey, David's here with his lunchtime drop-in. Very nice to see you, David. How's your scrapbooking going? Good, I hope. Managing to get some done. So I like that. Could put it centrally. Another good thing with this layout, you could put things centrally if you wanted to. I actually quite like it a little bit off. And then we're going to attach some leaves behind, like so. And then maybe a small green, just to have like a three-tone colouring going on. Yeah, I think that looks quite good. See how that goes. So to attach the leaves, I actually attach them on here using a bit of seal. This is a tape runner, Stampin' Up tape runner, which I've got seal all over me. And what I do is I stick it like that. I like the way they're laid out. Could come a little bit closer in. I pop this down and I pick them up on the back with the sticky. Okay, but I don't press hard enough that it's going to actually stick to the card. And then that way I can turn it over and pop on some dimensionals. So it can go up, and the dimensionals will help to stick the leaves to the sentiment. And I was very impressed with Fiona's no soggy bottoms, no soggy middles. I might do one up there actually just to hold those leaves there as well. Fiona did a fantastic no soggy middles post in our big public group with her foam pads on the back of one of her pieces. Look marvellous, Fiona. It's not going to squish, not going to bend at all in the post. That great. And then with just a simple sentiment and a few cut leaves, now we've got a really pretty card. Very simple. So that's that way. And that one. And then, do you remember I said we've got this layout and it works brilliantly both directions? So this is the way I'm going to put this one. Same layout, just turned around. This is just the slightly larger size. So we'll glue this together and then we'll decide what we want to put on this one. And this one's slightly trickier because it's not, it's nothing really to do with leaves. It's like a cozy jumper and some beautiful gold foiling. It's not really anything to do with leaves. However, cozy jumpers and leaves go well together, I feel, because you're going to wear a cozy jumper when you're off looking around for your pumpkins or your mushrooms, you're going fungi hunting or whatever, or if you're just going out kicking the leaves. So we'll see what we can do with this one. Now you could put this one up if you wanted to on foam pads just to make it thicker. My friend Katina, who I'm doing paper party with, absolutely she'd be there sticking it up on pads, making it nice and puffy. I don't tend to do that purely because of postage in the UK. they charge us more. Oh, Fiona, that's very sweet of you. She's just thank you very much. So, Fiona, if you look on my emails, it is actually at the bottom of my emails, so you should be able to find that. Betty says, beautiful card. Cute, says Melly. Sharon says, I wasn't sure about the sofa background, but that is such a beautiful card. Thank you. I know, it's like it's a weird background, isn't it? It's a bit odd. Oh, hello. Come on, focus. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird background, but it comes out nice like that, I think. So that's good. I don't think my camera likes all the zizzy lines and stuff, but there we go. No, it'll cope. Okay, so for this one, again, we're going to go vanilla because that is vanilla paper there. And what should we do? I still think I'd like to have some leaves. I think maybe the greens would look great on here. So we could put a couple of greens. And we might even do them. So this one, I think I'm going to put something in the middle and offset it. Have some leaves on either side. And then maybe just some yellows, because the yellows would go nicely, I think, with that kind of creamy colour, vanilla colour. So, but we could also bring in like a little one of these. That would look nice too. There we go. Or if we wanted to, we could bring in one of those copper ones. Where's the copper one gone? Ooh, that might be nice. Maybe it's a two different brown. Actually, no, we'll do that on another one. There we go. Okay, so now I want something I can punch out. Or I could put I'm thankful in that one. Because these are quite big, these sentiments. They look small on the front, but they're actually quite large. So I'm thankful fits in there nicely. And then I could put for all you do. I like that. For all you do. It's tiny. Look how tiny that is. And then you've got this lovely little die cut that cuts that out perfectly. Marvellous. So you don't have to do any fussy cutting. So we could do that. So let's do I'm thankful in this one, in the vanilla. And then let's put that on a block before it gets stuck to the bottom of something else and gets lost. Because you know that happens, right? And then you're struggling to find your stamps forever. So let's go Mossy Meadow. Should we go Mossy Meadow? Should we go... Oh, I don't know now, actually. I'm thinking we're going to go Early Espresso. Just to marry up with the rest of the card. So we'll stamp this. Like so. There we go. And then, oh, thank you, Sonia. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'll just do a little bit of Mossy Meadow for this one, I think, to bring that in, because you've got to have a colour that works nicely for all you do. Doesn't that stamp lovely? Look at that. Really nice. Okay, so then I'll pop this one on here, like so. There we go. And then we'll pop this one on here. Oh, it's Diddy. For all you do, like this. Okay. Then we'll run that one through. Like it that it's small enough you can run both of them through. Pebble Path would have been another nice one, Betty. Yes, would have been a good one because it would match the jumper. I think it's not actually in the suite. It's not a colour in the papers, but I do think Pebble Path, it is a beautiful colour to go with. It's sort of like a mixture between a grey and a mushroom, in my view. I like it a lot. There we go. They're really cute. Now you could do that in a different colour to make it a little bit more obvious and do it with embossing and all that kind of stuff, but I don't have time for that at the moment because we're doing it on a live. So we'll keep the same colour and we'll cope with the fact that it's the same colour, and we'll just offset it and then it'll look great. Okay, so again, let's see, we're going to put that in the centre like so. Whoops. Where I want it to be there. Then we'll rearrange these around the outside. So we'll do that over there. Might do tuck that little one under there. That over there, because I want to see a bit more of the leaves in this case. Like so. It's a little high. But then we can pop this down here, or we could pop it across the leaves. Oh, that looks quite nice actually. Might look better if it's a different colour leaf though, actually. What if, here we go, we did this, another yellow, so we balance that, and then that goes across there in the green. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so now I know where the leaves are going. Generally, gently take that off, try not to move them too much. You can always move them back a bit later. Stick a bit of seal on the thingy of your I was using so many technical terms this morning. On the thingy of your if you don't know what that is, then you know I'm here to translate. Okay, tap it down, so we're just lifting them. Oops, come on, lifting them up like so. You can always move them around a bit underneath once you've got them, because they're not really stuck. You're just really going for positioning, so you can kind of work out where you sort of want them to be. Let's stick that one on a little bit more. Oh, you're coming off. No, go back. There we go. Right, so now I know that they're going to need to have some dimensionals on them to keep them in place. And somebody also asked in the group, do you use all the edges from your Stampin' dimensionals? And the answer to that is, oh boy, yes you do. Don't ever let anything go to waste on your foam sheets or foam. So here is a Stampin' dimensional sheet that's been completely destroyed. So we'll just, like, I've taken out all the ones that are loose in the middle, and I'll just chop up the rest. And then I have lots of different shapes and sizes I can use on my cards. There we go. Okay. So I feel like this layout and these color combos could definitely be used for pretty much anything, any situation or occasion. Birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, because the layout is fab. You just switch it out with whatever colors you want to be shown. Yeah. Make sure that's not showing. No, it should be fine. And it is simple, but you could scale it up and add flowers if it was a wedding. You could use it for new baby cards, etc., etc. You know, there's loads of things that this design would work well for because it's so simple, which means you've got more leeway for adding things that you want to add. Good morning, Linda. I'm doing very well. How are you doing? Are you doing all right? We're kind of getting there with a couple of cards. I've been very slow this morning. I think my brain is not really working. So I apologise, and I'm very grateful to everyone who's stayed on and stayed with me to the bitter end, or nearly at the bitter end. We're not quite finished yet. But yes, we're not doing too bad. I think we're doing okay. Hopefully everyone else can say that we're doing okay. Now I've just put some foam on the ends of each one of these because they're going to hang over the end of the leaf, if you see what I mean. So when you stick it on here, you don't want to leave those sort of flapping around doing nothing. So if you add a little dimensional on the end or half a dimensional, you'll just tuck those nicely into place. And of course you can add all kinds of things to that if you want to. So that's our card number 2, card number 1. Same layout, different direction. Does that make sense to everybody? You can see that that's the same layout that way and it's just turned that way and then it works. I've got another one to do. And this one, I'm kind of tempted. Like I like the pumpkins very much. So I'm sort of tempted to do pumpkins on the front as well. Let's see, I'm sure I had some pumpkins here. I had cut some different card. But now looking at it, I'm thinking, I really quite like those pumpkins. Oh, I've got this piece, that's not big enough. Because that's the other thing you can do, is you can just do the same image again. So rather than doing anything else, I might put some more pumpkins in the middle. I might go with these pumpkins. If I do it from this edge, it'll flow more naturally through. I do like this. So this one is the smaller one. So let me see. Let me just double check. This one should be 7.5. Yeah, so this is 7. Who's watching Strictly? Linda's doing good. That's good. I'm very glad to hear that. Are you paper partying with us again this time, Linda? If so, it would be good to see you. So we've got that and we've got that. But now I'm thinking I don't really want that yellow quite so much. I'm thinking it might be better to have the pumpkin pie again or a darker version. What do you think? Thinking like maybe an early espresso one. I think I've used both of those. I had cut previously. Thoughts? I mean, I like the yellow. Oops, don't get me wrong. Maybe we stay with the yellow. I don't know. Just thinking maybe a darker one might look a bit more dramatic. Oh, here we go. I thought I had another one somewhere. This is the bigger one. Is this the bigger one? What do we think? Oh no, actually the yellow's better. Sometimes you just got to try. Yeah, it would be good as that would be also. I think both of these would be good as men's cards, Betty. I think either they could be good for either. I love the gold on this one. It's nice, bit of an extra oomph, I think. And Sharon says she's loving Strictly. Oh, it's very good, isn't it? Jackie's agreeing with you, Betty. Be good for men. I think so too. And yet the really weird thing is, I actually spoke to a colour stylist and she said, you know, the worst colour for men and the colour that men hate the most to wear is brown. And yet we give them brown cards all the time. So now I'm wondering, should we maybe not be giving them brown cards? Should we maybe be giving them greys and blues, you know, and navies and dark purples? I don't know, because apparently they don't like brown. So, and I have to say, I think my husband's only got one item of brown clothing in his entire wardrobe, and it's like a fawn colour, like a crumb cake colour. He don't wear brown. So have a look at your husband's wardrobes and see what they wear. And then maybe, just maybe, think about making men's cards in those colours. And they might like them even more. Oh, look, see, Susan got rid of her husband's brown. Bless him. He might have liked his brown. Maybe he liked brown, Susan. You got rid of it. So Nola says, I don't know if I would have used the jumper or the chair back, but I love what you've done. And the pumpkins, they look fabulous. But they look fabulous. Thank you. Sally, yeah, I think the yellow is better for sure. Do you ever put 2 layers at the side or bottom corner? Yes, sometimes I've done that in my One Sheet Wonders. Yeah, Betty says blues, and also greys. Yeah, see, I think we need to have a whole rethink. Maybe we should start a revolution. No brown for men's cards. I mean, it depends what you're doing. If I was doing something for Sean and it had like toolkits on it, and it had like hammers and stuff like that and a workbench, obviously that needs to be made out of wood, so it would obviously have to be brown. But maybe we need to start rethinking our entire, like, what do they like to have? Because maybe it isn't browns. See the sale of brown cardstock slump dramatically as we all go and give our husbands blue and grey instead. Bright stuff for Jane. You don't think you have enough bright stuff for Steve? Excellent. Oh, okay. Nola, he likes greys, greens, and fawn. Yeah, see, fawn I think is a different colour. I think fawn is like our crumb cake. It's quite a warm colour. I think that's quite nice. But I think maybe this is too dark. I think this one's okay because this is like a coppery colour. So that's a warm colour again. I think it's those dark, dreary, drab browns that we need to like get out of our way. Okay. Another thing we could do is we could stamp on this paper because it is stampable. So that would be another thing that we could do. If we've got a nice bold sentiment, we could just stamp a little bit of that on there. So probably not one of the autumn leaves because they're quite thin. I'm thinking. Hello, that's a nice one. A nice small one, which I know fits in my little oval. You can do here. Stamp on this. It also helps because it gives us a line to follow, which with my stamping at the moment has been a bit weird. Betty says, have you done a class for masculine ideas? I have. You can search on YouTube for men's cards, masculine, male. On my YouTube channel, you can have a look there and you'll find a few. I haven't done one recently. Now I didn't do that straight at all, so let's just do this over here. Let me concentrate on getting that a bit straighter. That's better. It's a little bit better. So yes, you can have a look on there, on YouTube. And then I've done various over the years, but they're like they're normally in my membership. Those ones that I've done previously. It's not going to fit on there, is it? Oh, it could just about, but no, it looks better on this. So I like this on the brick. Honestly, Pip, what is wrong with your brain today? And I've been taking my magnesium and everything. On the wood effect. I like it on the wood effect. Okay. Look, see that looks cute there. surrounded by 3 pumpkins, and there are a couple of little leaves on here, which is hard to see, but they have got a couple of little leaves. So I think we're okay in just popping a few little tiny leaves behind. Look at that, a couple of those little leaves. That looks fab. So again, we'll put some sticky on the back of this. The knitting one is the best one, you think, Fiona? Okay, I've got loads of comments. 2 ticks, ladies. I'm going to read comments. You're all writing brilliant comments today, I have to say. There we go. Pick those up like so. So Jackie says, my hubby was happy with any colour other than black because it was his work. Now that's also good. You've got to know who you're sending these cards to sometimes to know what is going to trigger them, because if black's his work gear, he's not going to want to know that. I thought we did buy it. Now I know what to do with it. Watching you today. Thanks for the inspiration. Oh, you were thinking, why did I buy that paper? It's lovely, Sue. It's fab. Yeah, it's great. Betty says, fabulous ideas today. She knows what she's doing later. Love that. love that. Okay, I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to stick one of these over there. I know it might show through, but not massively. That's cool. Your hubby loves everything made. I know. And to be honest, Sean's pretty good, but occasionally he does give me what he calls constructive feedback, which I actually really like, because I don't want to give him something he doesn't like. And he's also really good. Oh, look, I've hidden most of the leaves behind that, but never mind. Maybe I'll drop this down a smidge, up a smidge. No, it's going to go there, whatever. There we go. But it does need to be straight, Pip. There we go. There we go. So now see that copper oxide one? See how that just, oh, it's lovely, isn't it? It's fab. Okay, so you can add some bling. Again, we've got lovely like rustic coloured dots that you can add. They would be great. Just sort of sneak that one in there, over there in the corner. So let's have a look. What dots have we got here? And I think once you know, he doesn't do it. Where was I? I was talking about criticism. He doesn't do it like that. He just says, I don't like that one for me personally, but I can see how your friends would like that one. Okay, so that's obviously like for non-male ones, where it's all pink and blingy and bright. But he is actually really good. So that one needs more bling. He does love a bit of bling, does Sean. So I quite like that. And then he'll say, there's something missing from that. I don't know what it is. And I'll go, yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know what it is either. And then between us, we'll go, what about that? Sometimes he's changed the entire design, but it looks fantastic by the time it's finished. So keep telling him he should be doing this instead of me. But just occasionally he comes out with some real blinders of stuff. So it's always worth asking your other halves. And if they're nice, if they're supportive of your hobby, then they'll give you helpful tips. If they're not supportive of your hobby, go and ask us on the group. Don't ask them, because there's no point in asking someone who's not supportive to give you any tips, because they won't necessarily then give you good tips. Do you know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, well, I've been it, or something like that. And we don't need any of those in that group. Don't need any of those in our lives. So these are copper clay little pieces here, and they're great because they're all different sizes and shapes. So I'm just popping a few of these down here. Put that one actually up on there, I think. That's nice. There we go. And then I think they'll work for this one as well, to be honest, because they're similar enough to the Cajun Craze. Oh, I kind of want to pop one underneath both of those in the middle. Oh, love my little take your pick tool. You can just position stuff wherever you want it to go, and that's where it goes. Come on. Except when it gets on my fingernail. Oh, come on, stop it. There we go. Nice. Lovely. That's cool. So I've put on here just so that you know what I've done. I've put some gold on this one to pick up the kind of coppery thing in there, just to add another metallic really. So a bit of gold there, flashy. And then here I've just added these little copper clay gems on the same on here. Could have added some gold on here as well because this has got gold in it. So there we go. What do you think? Hey, maybe not my most snazziest of cards, but I love the layout and I think it's great that you can just switch it over and switch it around and about. What gems would I use or embellishments for men's cards? Okay, so I would use any of these where they're just faceted, so they don't look too sparkly. They're quite matte. I would use anything that's a metallic, so a gold, a copper, a silver, anything like that. Anything that's sort of they're not plain, because I'd also use these ones as well, like these shiny gems. What are these called? In color dots. I'd use them as well, but I wouldn't use anything that's like real sparkly, like sequins and stuff like that. I wouldn't use sequins or rhinestones quite so much. I think I prefer matte colors and metallics if I'm using them for men's cards, if I'm honest. So hopefully that's helped. Good. I'm glad you've enjoyed. Hi, Anne-Marie. Hello. Lovely to see you. I'm glad you've enjoyed that. Nice. Oh, hi, Suzanne. You were here as well. You were on holiday in September. Ah, that's why we haven't heard from you. I wondered. Tricia says she loves what she's done. Love what I've done. Nola says love them without the bling, but they do make a difference. It does. Yeah. Just a little tiny little bit of something just brings it all together. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Thanks, June. Yeah, the pumpkin paper is kind of tricky. Black matte, yes, studs, they're very good. Yeah, absolutely, Betty, they're really good. So yeah, Jackie's saying thanks to me and Betty for our ideas for men's cards embellishments. Yeah, Brad's, they're also quite good. And they normally come in quite a lot of metallic kind of colors and black and white. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. You will be able to re-see this if you're on my email subscription. You're going to get that a link back to this so you don't lose it. But thank you for watching live. If you're watching on replay, thank you very much for watching that as well. I'm going to do a quick giveaway because I always like to give away a card. And last week I did say that if you could put that you had shared a card, like shared my video with someone, then I would pull another pull, but I haven't seen any shares. You need to come back on here and do, and I'm going to give you a hashtag so then I can pull them. Hashtag share. So if you have shared my video with somebody else, then in the comments put on their hashtag shared. Okay, and then that way next week I'll be giving away another card to somebody who shared videos from the week before. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense, hopefully. So do that for me. It'd be lovely to see. Alrighty, so we're going to give away a card. So let's present my screen. I'm going to share my little giveaway thingy. There we go. Here we go. Start collecting comments. 24 comments today. Let's see who's won a card today. And I'm going to the post office, so I will pop it in the post today. Sonia, yay, fantastic. Congratulations. That's really good. Cool. Alrighty. In fact, let's do that. Then you can see both of us together. Switch that off because that's a bit bright. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this and learned a little bit about autumn colour and how to use it and how to bring in the ideas with leaves and different papers. And I think we always get those paper pads where you look at one of or two of them and you go, I have no idea what I would do with that. Hopefully, having seen how much I would do, differently, just with like a sofa and some whatever, hopefully I've helped you work out what you might do. And if you've got a really busy background like this one, I'll put it down here because you can still see. Again, just bringing something into the middle that's a little bit calmer can help you cope with that busy background. So thanks ever so much for watching. I'll see you here again next week. This weekend is World Card Making Day. So if you've signed up for that, brilliant. If not, you can go and book on for that. It's free for everyone to come along. We're doing a watch party. And if you go here, you'll be able to see all the things that you can book in. And World Card Making Day is free to attend on Saturday. It's in the afternoon, UK time. So it should be okay for our Australian... Yeah, maybe the beginning of it for our Australians, and then definitely for our North American friends a little bit later on. So have a look for that. And apart from that, if you want to have a look at anything else, you can. If you want to join my membership, you can do that too. We've got lots more things going on in there. And we've got some fantastic Stampin' Up stuff coming up tomorrow as well. So I hope you're getting my emails. If you're not getting my emails and you're a new card maker, you can jump on and join them here. If you are a confident card maker and you don't want to get my new card maker information, then you can just jump on and do subscribe and you'll get through to my emails as well. But tomorrow we have a massive joining promotion starting for Stampin' Up. And I don't really talk about it very much. Like generally in my normal sessions, whatever, because I'm teaching at this point, but it is amazing. You can either get 30% more, 35% more, or you can get 35% off starting tomorrow. So if you've ever considered joining Stampin' Up for the benefits that include discount, community, events, the ability to share your love of crafting and earn commission, all those kind of things, just being able to join my amazing team of Royal Stampers. If you've ever thought about joining, tomorrow is the day to do it. So if you're in the UK, Ireland, Netherlands, Belgium, France, Austria, Germany, and have I done everyone? UK, Netherlands, Ireland, Belgium, France, Germany, Austria. Yes, that's all of them, all 7. Then you can join with me and my team. And if you're not with me, you can still click any of my links for joining, but you'll just jump on and join somebody in the States, Canada, Australia, or New Zealand. Okay. And if you're not in any of those countries, I'm really sorry, but Stampin' Up doesn't work with you with those countries. They're not allowed to legally. So I can't help you if you're in anywhere other than those countries that I've mentioned. But it would be lovely if you did join Stampin' Up, because you get to see a bit more behind the scenes. You get to see a little bit things early doors. Like, for example, we might be having a special pre-order checking thing out tomorrow that other people won't see until November. So, you get to see, if you have FOMO, then you want to join. It's like if you've got FOMO about learning from me, you want to join the membership. If you have FOMO about Stampin' Up stuff, you want to join Stampin' Up. And if you have FOMO about everything, join both. It's fine. You can be in both. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I will talk to you a bit more. Is it only tomorrow? Says Jane. No, not only tomorrow. It runs through the whole of October, the joining offer. So it starts tomorrow and runs all the way through to the end of October. So that's cool. Sally said she really enjoyed seeing the live, even through the fog. I don't know what that is, Sally. I think it's only you. Nobody, unless you've got me on a big screen, because this is designed for little screens. So if you're on a big screen, it might make me look all pixelated. And it's also very scary. Hey, Anne-Marie, shared. Good woman. Okay, you're first in the draw for next week. Well done. Okay, so thank you so much for everybody who's watching and is watching live and on replay. If you've got any questions, you can always ask me in my community groups. So my membership group, first and foremost, for all members, and then my large card making for beginners and beyond for everybody else. And I will, or here on YouTube, if you're not in Facebook, don't think you're left out. You can ask questions here on YouTube as well. I always answer the comments. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have fun with autumn colors and that you love making some autumn cards. Please share anything that you make. I'd love to see them. Fiona says, what is FOMO? FOMO, it is the fear of missing out. So not FOMO, fear of missing out. So if anyone's got fear of missing out on anything, they want to know everything, then then I always say join everything. All righty. Take care for now, everybody. See you soon. Bye.